Weddings are expensive enough, and that's before you even get there. Between the suit, shoes, and everything in between, your outfit alone can cost hundreds. I'm going to a wedding in a couple weeks and setting myself a challenge to put together a full wedding outfit head to toe for under $100. And I'm starting in the first place that I think I should, Goodwill. Guys, I got here right when they're opened, and there was a huge line, so we're gonna get inside and see what's going on in there. I ran in preparing myself to battle for the best suit jackets with the other 20 people in line, but once I walked in, I was shocked how much stuff was in here. Clothes, and even more clothes. They had a fun kid sections that my two little ones would have loved. Whoa, are those board games? It's been a while since I've been inside one of these stores. I'm pleasantly surprised. But okay, it's time to focus. We came here for one goal. So I started with my first priority, which was the suit jacket. $12.99? That's a low price. These are all pretty nice. I was expecting way worse conditions. I thought about wearing Christmas in August, but it wasn't my size, unfortunately. Then I made my way to the dressing room with a couple options for each item I needed. This is me realizing there's no lock on the door, so I should probably hurry up. This shirt fit pretty nicely, but remembered the wedding was outdoors in August and I'd sweat through this bad boy immediately. The suit jacket was perfect, except my bulging muscles made it slightly uncomfortable. It was maybe one size too small. This pair of shoes was a bit too tight, so I swapped some stuff out and it was time to check out. Sure. I'll be regretting this 75 cents roundup later in the video, but let's see what I bought. All right, guys, quick haul update. I just bought a bunch of the stuff that I need for this wedding at this Goodwill, but I think I made one mistake. Let's go through what I bought here and then what else I have to buy to kind of make this thing happen. My first item here, I'm going to show you my favorite item that I bought, which is these shoes. They're just pretty cool. I like the color a lot. I kind of based the whole outfit around the color of these shoes, including these pants. Okay, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but pretty cool texture. It's a nice blue. It actually fit me pretty perfectly. Kind of strange. I kind of thought off the shelf I'd have a problem with having stuff that actually fits me. Basic white shirt. So this is a wedding in August. I'm gonna be sweating immediately through this. I had a blue shirt, but I was like, nah, everyone's gonna see your pit stains, your sweaty body, so just go in white and hope for the best. So this one fits me pretty well too. It's actually kind of close to my size. I got this gold tie. Pretty cool. It's just like a single color. I had a lot of like textures going on in my outfit, so I just kind of figured like a nice simple color. I like gold. This belt here kind of goes along with the shoe color, like pretty nicely. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, come on. I got this all at Goodwill, guys. Like, who's getting rid of this stuff? Sure, they're a little scuffed. And then the biggest mistake that I made, I don't know why I made this. I think I might go over the budget because I made this silly purchase. Look at this vest. Oh, you can't really see it. Hold on. Look at this vest. Nope, you still can't see it. Look at this vest, huh? It's very old school. Now that I'm looking at this, I do kind of feel like a grandpa with some of these color choices here. I don't know why I bought this. I never wear a vest when it comes to weddings or looking nice. It just kind of caught my eye. I think because it's gonna be hot, I might not wear the jacket as much, which, let's get to that. What things haven't I bought yet? And then how much money's left in my budget? Ooh, am I gonna share that with you? I have not bought socks. That's gonna be tough. I don't really wanna buy used socks. So I'm gonna have to find like a one-off sock purchase at a store somewhere. Underwear, same thing. Definitely don't wanna wear a used pair of underwear, so I might have to find a one-off situation. And then the jacket, which is kind of a big deal for this outfit. I kind of need a jacket for the suit. Now, how much money do I have left in my budget? Not gonna tell you that yet. What I will tell you is the second part of this challenge, which I haven't mentioned yet, is not only do I have to spend under $100, I need to get 5 people to say that I look nice or they compliment something in my outfit. I think that would be pretty cool, buying it mostly from like Goodwill or certain places like that. I'd rather spend money more efficiently towards my finances, like saving more money, or back in the day when we were paying off our debt, like we'd rather just do that. I'll see you in the next clip. I don't know where that's gonna be. I went to Savers. Savers is another donation-based retail shopping place. I've never been inside, but man, there are so many things in here. I had to be efficient because my wife and kids were waiting for me in the car, so I went right to the suit jacket section, and I think I found the winner. I thought the color was perfect, but I did guess because I didn't have the other clothes with me, a problem that I would have to deal with on the wedding day. The nicest lady in the front helped me use the self-checkout. Maybe she saw my grandpa taste in clothing and figured I needed technological help, but I sprinted back to my family. That was the fastest purchase I've ever made in my entire life. Got a pretty cool jacket out of it. The next day I went to a store to get the remaining items. Yes, I know my windshield is dirty. Let me clean it off. Damn, the wipers suck too, but I arrived at my destination. All right, guys, I'm here at a TJ Maxx. I've got to get the final pieces to my budget wedding suit, okay? So I need a pair of socks, a pair of underwear, and an undershirt, stuff that I couldn't really buy
at those other stores. This is kind of my last shot. The wedding is in a couple days, guys. I know you don't really know the timeline. I haven't really shared it, but like, this has been kind of a fast moving thing here. So sure, there's other stores I can go to, but I really can't afford to have to go to another store. You know, I've got my commitments to being a dad, a husband, a 9-to-5er, and coaching calls in my free personal finance community. There's a lot going on, especially at nighttime when I would have free time to do stuff like this. So this has got to work. I'm going to go inside. Let's walk around and hopefully find those 3 things.
Yes, I know. Socks with sandals? That's a disgrace. I had to make this fast. I had a community call in about 45 minutes. So I walked in and made a beeline to the men's section, where I remembered I should probably be doing more sit-ups. Their sock wall was the most boring thing I've ever seen. Other colors do exist, guys. I suppose these will have to do. I thought I'd be able to buy a one-off, but surprisingly not too many plain white t-shirts were available. So then I got in line and they almost tempted me with these snacks. The robot told me which checkout station to go to, and I was so nervous about how much it was going to be. I think I'm going to be very close to the $100. So I power walked to the car. I had that community call in 20 minutes, but let's see what I got.
Guys, I'm back in the car. I bought everything. It's gonna be super close. The jacket that I bought, I forgot right now how much it was. I'm definitely in like the high 90s, I think, or I might have gone over. I really regret buying that stupid vest. Why did I buy the vest? Why did I buy the vest? I'm a 36-year-old man. I'm gonna be looking like a 86-year-old great-grandfather. Like, what are we doing with that vest? Anyway, I couldn't really buy any singles in there of stuff, like single socks, single shirts. Got kind of expensive in TJ Maxx. Like, what happened to TJ Maxx? Anyway, got this 4-pack of socks. I'll probably wear this blue one to the wedding. It would kind of go with the pants. I got a 3-pack of shirts. For undershirts, I'll probably wear the white one and use the other one for other stuff, like wearing it. And then, yeah, just a pack of 3 underwear. Unfortunately, it's like compression, which I really enjoy wearing during workouts, but it's not that enjoyable during like a regular life event. But that was by far the cheapest. Again, I gotta tally up the receipts. I'm gonna let you guys know, did I make it or not? I gotta go check. But whether I did or whether I didn't, I need to get 5 compliments from people at this wedding saying something nice about my less than $100, hopefully, suit. You guys are literally not gonna believe this. Like, I can't believe this, okay? I was just going through the receipts of all the stuff that I bought for this challenge. Thank God I saved the receipts. You guys would not have believed me what the total came out to. Like, you wouldn't have, you just wouldn't have. You wouldn't have believed me. Let's look at the receipts. Here's the Goodwill receipt, $56. And I pretty much bought everything here except for the suit jacket and like my under stuff, right? Then I went to Savers and I found a good jacket for $10.62. And then I got the rest of the stuff, the shirt, the underwear, the socks, $32.94, which is just a crazy price. What's going on here? So if you do the math, like I said, you wouldn't have believed me, right? But remember, that's great that I did this stuff under $100, but really this challenge doesn't end until I get 5 people to say, hey man, I like your suit. Hey man, nice tie. Whoa, look at those shoes. Do your feet even fit in those? The wedding's literally tomorrow night, so we'll be driving up tomorrow. I don't know where you're gonna see me next, but let's go to the wedding. And go to the wedding we did. We dropped off the kiddos at my in-laws and started driving to upstate New York for my cousin's wedding. Look at these mountains. Then we got to our Airbnb, which was an even better view. We didn't leave ourselves much time before the wedding, so I got dressed immediately. Everything was going fine until I realized the belt was way too big. Apparently looking at size before you buy something from a store is critical. So I needed to make another hole and had to start getting creative. I tried a push pin, but it was way too flimsy. So when in doubt, use the sharpest steak knife you can find. Please don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional, but it worked. Look at that little hole. And I finished getting dressed. My tying skills are subpar. I put on the grandpa vest and waited for my wife and parents to finish getting ready. These shoes were about a half size too small and I was already feeling it. Here's the final result with my beautiful wife, who definitely doesn't want to be in these videos. But I decided to ditch the jacket because of color mismatch, and I thought my spy camera would be easier in this pocket of the vest. It was time for the wedding. Look at this front row seat, baby. Always an honor to be asked to sit up front. Ceremony was over and I made a beeline over to the cocktail hour. This was my best chance to get the 5 compliments, but there were 2 problems. First, the ceremony was delayed 30 minutes, meaning the cocktail hour would be shorter. Second, I quickly noticed that I knew way less people than I thought I was going to. The task felt impossible. I found some friendly faces, but we just talked about how each of our kids were doing. Even when the kids aren't around, they're still the only thing we think about. I regrouped in the bathroom and tried again. Some of my family was a little suspicious why I had a camera coming out of the pocket, so I had to be a bit more discreet. Some joked that I was way underdressed because I didn't have a suit jacket on, or that I looked like a detective from the 1960s. But all in all, I found that it's not working. So I took a walk with my wife,
took the L from the challenge, but there's still one thing I needed to do. While this challenge was fun and I did somehow buy an entire wedding outfit for under $100, it was time to give it all back so someone else can have an experience with it too. Except the pants. These things fit perfectly and were so comfortable. Sorry world, but I'm keeping these. If you liked this challenge, I did another one for this wedding where I tried to pay for the entire weekend by selling stuff around the house.
I would do the 600 right now if that interests you.
See how much I made by clicking this video here.